There's a simple answer for why I'm running the Boston Marathon, and that's to celebrate the life of Martin Richard, the 8-year-old who died at the finish line last year and whose sister lost a leg in the bombings. With 3 kids of my own, how could I not feel privileged to be a member of the inaugural Team MR8? The team is comprised of 100 runners from across the nation who are raising funds for the charitable foundation Martin's parents established. The foundation promotes peace, retrofits playgrounds for children with disabilities, and supports youth athletic programs. But there's a story behind the story. Since I was a child of Martin's age, I've had an amputee in my family and have never taken my 2 legs for granted. On September 11, 2001, as a journalist working in New York City, I was running into the World Trade Center to report on what was happening when the first tower started to collapse. Legs, don't fail me now, I thought. Since that awful day in New York, I've been on a personal quest to understand the kind of hate that I could never fathom and to embrace peace and understanding, which brings us to last year's Boston Marathon. As tragedy unfolded at the finish line, I was home alone with my kids. During the lockdown, our boys asked many questions that I could not answer, questions I had been asking myself since 9/11. Questions like, why would anyone want to hurt another person? The Richards have done the most amazing thing. They formed this foundation and established a team that will keep the family tied to the marathon every year. They handpicked a group of runners and asked them to be ambassadors of a little boy's message of no more hurting people. Peace. A concept that also honors everyone else who was injured or killed last year, as well as those who die every day from terrorism or violence. Since Team MR8 began training in late January, the Richards have been out there on the race course during weekend long runs, feeding us bagels and slaking our thirst and asking us how we are doing. It's just astonishing. We thank the Richards for everything. We thank our colleagues, especially mine at Inklings, and our families and our friends for their financial support, their spiritual support at every turn, especially those last 2, right on Hereford, left on Boylston.